Hi, everybody. Hello, hello. Welcome on this lovely Friday evening. My name is Rebecca Stummy. I'm the senior producer of live programming and events here at LAist, and I'm so happy to see all of you here tonight for the Prose Bowl with Get Lit. It's going to be a really fun night, and I'm so excited to share it with you. I'm going to turn it over to your host for tonight, Tru.
What's going on? What's going on, everybody? Oh, wow. Look at this beautiful audience. Can y'all make some noise for yourself? Y'all look great. Come on. Trying to get like y'all. Wow. Y'all really showed up. Thank you for being here. No, for real. I mean, I'm sure maybe some of you are familiar. We were supposed to meet earlier in the year, and of course that was interrupted, unfortunately, by these fires. If anybody in this room has been impacted, our hearts go out with you. Hope that you've been doing all right and keeping your spirits up. Let's celebrate tonight, a night of powerful poetry. Getting ready. We have an amazing lineup. I'm really excited for you to hear these poets. I don't want to talk up here too much. My name is Tru. Thank you. I am born and raised in Los Angeles. I was also a Get Lit kid myself. I was so inspired that I just had to return. So with that being said, if you aren't familiar, Get Lit Words Ignite is a nonprofit that's been around for the last 17 years, inspiring youth through literacy, creativity, through spoken word poetry, and just bringing everybody together to do more things like this. So you're in for a treat tonight. Let's just say that to be short. We have an incredible lineup tonight. First, I'm going to bring up the poet Jada. Please give a warm welcome to Miss Jada. All right.
Guys, I'm really short, so I have to get used to adjusting the microphone all the time. How y'all doing today? Oh, thank you so much. I just want to say, I'm very grateful that you guys decided to come out on a Friday night and give yourselves to the poetry. That's really a cool thing to do. So it's good to see y'all. This poem I wrote after a prompt, and the prompt was about trying to pick a movie, and the first movie that came to mind for me was Little Miss Sunshine. I don't know if you guys have seen it. Okay, perfect. Okay, love this crowd. If you haven't seen it, it's about a family that kind of road trips across the country, I don't really know. And they go to California because they are trying to enter this beauty pageant for their youngest daughter, who has been in the circuit and she really loves beauty pageants, but she's not, the typical applicant for those kinds of things. And the whole movie is just them kind of on this road trip to California, to Redondo Beach. So fascinating stuff, obviously. And yeah, this poem's about that. And my parents are in the audience. Sorry, Mom and Dad. So this is Little Miss Sunshine rewritten. So I haven't seen this movie in a while, because I'm breathing better these days. But anyways, there's a scene with Paul Dano and Steve Carell where Paul Dano says he wishes he could just skip high school. God, it all feels so temporary, and the only thing worth believing is permanent, right? So anyway, if we could just skip all of this, maybe things might be worth surviving again. Like, tomorrow I could be an awesome driver. Tomorrow I punch adulting in the face. Tomorrow the people I love are no longer afraid. Tomorrow it's easier to say tomorrow. But then Steve Carell says no. We respirate suffering. We need it. Suffering is limb lucid and alive because of its influence, because of how it redecorates the body. And wasn't it Prose who said suffering was the best years of his life because it made him feel deeply? I think about that a lot, feel deeply. And then Paul Dano and Steve Carell both yell, "Fuck!" at the ocean. Not exactly, but they might have. To me, Little Miss Sunshine is just this scene on the pier. Two people who found God in a beauty pageant. And Abrahamic faiths never mention how holy it is to fuck you. Nuclear fusion of a naval academy and a college, and should we proceed with anger, with bite, vulgar impossibility, slicing our knuckles. This pseudo-Seneca, having never road tripped in a 1979 Volkswagen en route to Redondo Beach, so fuck stoicism too. Every time I have wanted something so badly, I have forgiven it. I will tell you again, desire is absolution in another font, whatever. But when I say rewritten, I mean here is a touch starvation I wish I could claw apart, could break with my teeth, could put on a stage or turn into a line break or cross a state border with a body once loved. Two people become so invested in their littlest sister who dreams better than the both of them that the sunshine moves on and all they're left with is this passive nihilism and Nietzsche in the middle, dancing to Rick James and fucking rocking it. Like I said, I'm breathing better.
Make some noise for Jada, everybody. Or, also, feel free to give some snaps if you feel, I know it's been a long drive for some of us. Your hand's probably tired behind that wheel. Don't worry, you could just snap. It's okay. Just throw a couple snaps, because I'm right there with you. Wow, what a piece. Next up, this poet, we have an understanding. I'm gonna go for it anyways. Alina Sadibekova.
Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for saying my last name and pronouncing it fully and properly. My name is Sadibekova Alina, and I'm just so happy to be here, and I'm so happy to see y'all. And today, I'm going to be performing this piece. It's kind of about just putting your 100 into everything and just having nothing left, and then trying to write a poem with that. So, yeah. The title of my poem is Overworked. If I keep giving and giving and giving and giving, how much of me is left? People call it time management, while I call it theft. I robbed myself of time. Forced to give 100 to everything, I clock the hourglass and I try to grab as much sand as I can with my bare hands, but every grain escapes through gaps and inconsistencies between my affirmations. Is this even poetry? If all I do is give? They say sleep deprivation makes you more poetic, but I am yet to see that. I need to keep a balance between rest, you, and academics, and it's just not happening. You come to my mind every night right before I fall asleep, and you turn lightness. You come to my mind right before I fall asleep, and you turn and you light up the room with your... What are you? Math tells me that if I spend 15 minutes typing you down, I will still get 3 hours and 47 minutes of sleep. But in physio, I was taught that a teenager needs between 8 and 10 hours of that per night. And my hands, they're so sore from making all those flashcards, so my consciousness convinces me that I'll remember you in the morning. Write down each freckle and flaw. And the way you laughed at this specific joke, what was it? In my dreams, your face gets distorted, just a shape I remember at 3 hours and 47 minutes ago. Morning. I wake up with a fleeting feeling of universe at the tip of my tongue. Dear poetry, I don't know what's next. You take up everything, and I want to write you, and I want to share you. You're never complete. I see you in every dust particle and in every constellation. I can't share you if I can't find you. My eyes feel too heavy. I'll remember you in the morning. Thank you.
Make some noise. Thank you, Alina. Yeah, wow. That kind of took me back thinking about how I felt every time I got on stage in these classes. For those of you who remember the teacher, some of y'all know what it's like. It takes a lot of courage to get up here and say that and share it. And I think Get Lit has mastered a way of kind of crafting safe spaces for students to explore and share things that it's like, wow, I didn't know I could talk about this, and it would hit so heavy. Like, I'm entertained. Like, wow, and that's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to turn moments like that into a smile. Thank you for sharing that. It's a beautiful piece. Quick moment to let you know that, also Get Lit hosts the largest classic slam, spoken word slam in, all of California. And it happens to be coming up on May 1st and May 3rd. If you'd like to be a volunteer and do, and just be around more of this, please tap in with Monique in the back at any point during the night. This next poet, so super excited to have her with us tonight, Shelbie.
Hello, everybody. Hi. So I'm really excited to be here. Little backstory. So I went to LAIST with Tru, and Get Lit was actually a part of LAIST. It was like an extracurricular program that they had there, but I never joined. So I was scared. I didn't consider myself a poet back then. So this is full circle, and I'm just very grateful to be here. So thank y'all for having me. Okay, so this first poem was originally a love poem, but turned into something I felt just reflected more of where I was, and instead of it being a love poem, it's more so questioning love, and so this one is called Dear Love. Dear Love, why is writing about you so difficult when you're meant to be ease? The lone life force of everything, yet you cost nothing. You flow in me and grow everything around, yet my hands get slippery when trying to grasp it. We've crossed paths for a brief moment. We've been to dinner, been to the beach, had a nice nightcap maybe, but you're never around long enough for me to bask in or savor, though I did what I thought I was to do. I brought it all plus the table, so, dear love, what do you ask of me? Why does it seem like in order to keep you, I must abandon me? Who said breaking bread in two halves makes the whole? And the crumbs that fall should be enough to satiate my soul. I always thought pain was a prerequisite to get through. I thought I had to stumble, struggle, and fall in order to reach you. I'm quite ashamed that I'm ashamed to speak to you, and I'm quite afraid that you don't recognize my face, dear love. I hope one day I can say I got you wrong, though, and see that neglect and love can exist in the same home. It's like oil and water don't mix, like one lights the flame and the other one heals it. I hope one day you embrace me loud and unapologetically and accept when I show up as me, authentically safe and satisfied. I want to surrender and lay down my sword when God paints this picture of perfect, never needing to be. But I'll choose to try anyway, It's funny. Usually, whispering something so sweet, fire often spit back at me, but by writing this poem, this prayer, I hope to be redeemed. So, dear love, I know you're very busy. I just have a lot of questions like, do you think of me? That's the first one. Okay, and the second one, doesn't really have a title. I feel like it's still kind of writing itself. But it goes like, here's the thing. You can attempt to break a woman with your limits, your laws, your systems of manipulation, but your ink-stained lies hold weight like a feather for a girl with graphene etched in her DNA. Your fragility is not her responsibility, yet she will weather 1,000 storms without exhaling and still walk on water to save you. You can attempt to shrink her into conditions for your comfort and design diversions to distract her from her destiny, but you will only end up disappointed. For her essence spreads across continents and her presence is felt through generations. Life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness cannot exist without her permission. Light, love, and legacy were birthed by choice out of the brutality that tried to take her, yet she still remains. So, here's the thing. You can bend 100 backs to try and break her spine. You can remove her history from textbooks, her image from the media and retail. You can water down her voice and try to blow out her fire, but that will be your last breath. So, I suggest you choose your next step wisely. Thank you.
Thank you, Shelbie. How we doing? How we doing? Y'all just, I love hearing y'all. It's like, thank you for making noise when I walk out every time, honestly. Just kind of making me feel like I'm doing a good job. Yeah, you know, it's like, wow, I just want to thank you, run that back for me. Yeah, I wish, you know, this really is like the moment that I go into my piece, but I'm not. I'm gonna bring up the next poet who really, she's cold. She's been inspired. I've gotten a chance to just record her once in the office and was really inspired. Samantha.
The duality of height, huh? Yeah. Okay. Before I start, I want to ask you guys a question. How many of you have immigrant parents? Yeah? How many of you guys are immigrants yourself? Yeah. Heck yeah. Okay. This one is for you guys. It's called Substance. Conversations in the car run goosebumps up my spine. My mom has sent us to the post office 2 times this week for our passports. Something for us to carry. My mom carries memories of going to sleepovers on specific nights. At the time, didn't know why. Didn't know if her parents would be there to pick her up in the morning when I was little. My mom would always tell me, te quiero mucho, mucho, mucho. Mucho 3 times. She knew just how temporary things could be. Now, we have conversations of what to carry in our bags. Keys, a conversation that's happened 1,000,000 times. Wallets, a conversation that's forever perpetuating birth certificates. Police, going into schools. Kids not coming home. People displaced in a country they don't even recognize. I have something to fight for. And people fighting with me. History is painted in the screams of my people, and we know another generation can't go through what they did. Zoot Suit riots. I'm sitting in history class, and a white girl in the back isn't paying attention to the teacher talking about immigration. Talking about how my people are only valued for their work, not their substance. Talking about how the LAPD didn't stand up for those in zoot suits, and when white people beat us, we were the ones who ended up in jail. Te quiero street vendors, y doctors, y farm workers, the people who are supposedly stealing your jobs, but your privilege carried you too far to put in that kind of hard work. I want to love everyone. Mucho, 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 unconditionally, radically, irrevocably. And feel that everyone feels the same.
Wow. Wow. My daddy's an immigrant. I went to get Little Belize today, actually. Amazing lunch. If anybody ever has time to get down to Inglewood, please try it. Shout out Samantha. That was an amazing piece. We getting there. We getting there. Everybody's hands relaxed. Nice. You're going to need that. Keep the snaps going. Keep the snaps going. You're going to need that. All right, Dante, come on. Let's take it in there. All right.
Breathe. If it don't feel right, leave. Run away and get free. I was blind, now I see. Liberty, liberty. Y'all feeling that? All right, repeat after me. Breathe. If it don't feel right, leave. Run away and get free. I was blind, now I see. Liberty, liberty. All right, try to help me out this time, all right? 1, 2, 3. Breathe. If it don't feel right, leave. Run away and get free. I was blind, now I see. Liberty, liberty. One more time. Breathe. If it don't feel right, leave. Run away and get free. I was blind, now I see. Liberty, liberty. Rain on me. Pray for me. Tank on E. Pain so deep, I ain't gonna sleep. God got a blessing made for me. They say victory savory, but before you taste it, gotta face defeat. Losses came to me, left my spirit with a vacancy, but I came to see it was God rearranging things. In the right spot, he was placing me. Challenges facing me gave me superpowers, put a cape on me. Move creatively, ebbing and flowing like the waves at sea. Each step I take patiently, diamond under pressure, ain't no phasing me. Through the trials, pain, and grief, I found grace and peace. I had a vision and it came to be. I ain't let the struggle put the chain on me. Kept my faith strong, now the weight's released. Made it out the maze, I'm free. This is how the prince became a king. Breathe. If it don't feel right, leave. Run away and get free. I was blind, now I see. Liberty, liberty. Breathe. If it don't feel right, leave. Run away and get free. I was blind, now I see. Liberty, liberty. Thank you. All right. I got one more piece and I'm out. I'm gonna need your help one more time, all right? It's super simple. It goes like this. Smile like you used to, used to, used to. Embrace your inner child and be youthful, youthful, youthful. Smile like you used to, used to, used to. Embrace your inner child and be youthful, youthful, youthful. Y'all feeling that one too? Good, y'all can help me out, all right. Here it goes, 1, 2, 3, smile like you used to embrace your inner. Yeah, you fool, smile. Hey, like you used to embrace your inner child and be what? Yeah, hey, power for the powerless. They treat us like a pile of sticks. We made it bloom, we the botanist. Rewrite the story, young novelist. Cipher, prophet and prophetess. Build with your sister and brother. Stand tall, be stilts for each other. Energy meant to be healing each other, not killing each other. The earth is our mother, her seeds are connected to ensure she is protected. Move with intention, be sure that nothing's regretted. I said it, I meant it, I meant it, I said it. I said it, I meant it, I meant it, I said it. Hey, smile. Like you used to embrace your inner. Hey, you fool, smile. Hey, like you used to embrace your inner child. Hey, and be you fool. Hey. Ay, you cannot ruin my day. Ay, I keep a smile on my face. Ay, you cannot ruin my day. Ay, I keep a smile on my face. We had to move through the pain and hunger, swift with the pace of a gracious runner. Foot on the gas, we don't take a slumber. You know the devil won't take us under. This is something profound for the ups and the downs. Need peace in my life. I need joy in my life. This is something profound for the ups and the downs. Need peace in my life. Need joy in my life. So I smile like I used to brace my inner child. Ay, and be youthful. Smile. Like you used to embrace your inner child. Hey. And be youthful. Thank you.
Thank you, Dante. Thank you. Wow. Yeah, talk about it, the duality of height. That's gold. I'm gonna remember that. I'm not gonna lie, I gotta add that to my Rolodex, and I'm gonna have to, how y'all feeling? Y'all need water? Anybody need water, bathroom break? You good? You situated? Should we all do a little collective, some hand stretches and just get some, Yeah, exactly. Come on, thank you. That's really what, it was armed, and what was it, back day today? I don't know, I'm new to that. I want to share something with y'all, is that cool? It's a hell of a world we living in, ain't it? It's a hell of a world we living in. It's a hell of a world we living in. It's a hell of a world we living in, ain't it? Few perspectives, skewed perceptions. Tune in to the message, y'all. You are listening. It's a hell of a world. Ain't you heard times like this? You gotta observe. They say it sounds sweet to me. Another check to feed my kinfolk. I'm still trying to make ends meet, so I take a tight squeeze for some lemonade any day. They owe more than niggas like me anyway. Right now, I'm just about on my way to 40 acres. I've been a mule for some time now, drudging along. All these pains on me like boulders, and I'm drudging along. Work for the capital, work for my capital. It's a hell of a world we living in. We all chattel. It's a hell of a world we living in, ain't it? It's a hell of a world we living in. Few perspectives, skewed perceptions. Tune in to the message, y'all. We are living in one hell of a world. Ain't you heard? Heard about Willie, heard about Manny, heard about Brianna, heard about Daniel, heard about Michael, Heard about Sean, heard about George. Ain't you heard? Heard about Tony, heard about David, heard about Carlos, heard about Ray Shard, heard about Dijon, heard about Jonathan. Ain't you heard? Heard about Marcellus. Heard about Sincere, heard about Angelo, heard about Casey, heard about Andre. Ain't you heard? That was just this year. It's a hell of a world we living in. It's a hell of a world we living in. It's a hell of a world we living in. It's a hell of a world we living in, ain't it? Few perspectives, skewed perceptions. Tune in to the message, y'all. We are living in one hell of a world. It's hell over here and it's hell overseas. Blood spilling in the village. Oil spills still ain't clean. Censorship exists, corporate greed, janky officers, surveillance watching us, outside contagious. What's really outrageous is these damn entertainers, politicians, all of them, what you feeding, you know, they keep misleading us with that same old greed feed, all they old sown from the same deceitful seeds, misleading my people's needs, ignoring my people's needs since ancestors were speaking to me, speaking through me, got me truly seeing this world for what it is, through a different lens. Seeing through the eyes of boycotts and sit-ins, seeing through the eyes of chains and whippings, seeing through the eyes of chitlins, seeing through the dreams of the children, seeing painful visions. 2020 though, I see clearly it's a hell of a world we living in. It's a hell of a world we living in. It's a hell of a world we living in, ain't it? Few perspectives, skewed perceptions, tune into the message, y'all. We are living in one hell of a world, but maybe we here to turn this thing around. Thank you. I felt like, you know, in the spirit of everything happening and just why we didn't get to gather earlier in the year, just I've been inspired by all these incredible poets all night. I wasn't even supposed to do that. Sorry, y'all. I was like, let me throw that in there real quick. We got some time. And then, you know, the pot been cooking. You know, the pot's been cooking. Season's been thrown in. The mix is boiled now for the main event, the main course. Are you ready? Are y'all ready for the feature of tonight, Miss Tiffany Snow?
What shall I tell my children who are black of what it means to be a captive in this dark skin? What shall I tell my dear ones, fruit of my womb, of how beautiful they are, when everywhere they turn they are faced with aberrance of everything that is black? The night is black, and so is a boogeyman. Villains are black. A black cow gives no milk. A black hen lays no eggs. Bad news comes bordered in black. Morning clothes black. Storm clouds black. Black is evil. So therefore evil is black. What can I say when my child comes home to me in tears because a playmate has called him black? Big-lipped, flat-nosed, and nappy-headed. How shall I get him to lift up his head, get him to square his shoulders, get him to look his adversaries in the eye, confident in the knowledge of his worth, serene under his sable skin, and proud of his own beauty, that he might survive? And survive he must, for who knows, perhaps this little black child here bears a genius to discover the cure for cancer. So he must survive. He must survive for the good of all humanity. He must and he will survive. I have found the truth of my heritage, the truth so often omitted and obscured, and I find I have much to say to my black children. I will lift up their heads in proud blackness with the story of their fathers and their fathers' fathers, and I shall take them into a way back time of kings and queens who ruled the Nile and matched the stars and discovered the laws of mathematics. I will tell him this and more, and his heritage will be his weapon, and his weapon will make him strong enough to win any battle he may face. I must sacrifice to find it for my children, even as I have sacrificed to feed, clothe, and shelter them. So this I will do for them, only if I love them. None will do it for me. I must find the truth of my heritage for myself and pass it on to them. In years to come, I believe, because I have armed them with the truth, my children and their children's children are gonna honor me, because it's the truth that's gonna set all of us free. Thank you, guys. It feels so good in here. Like, I looked at everybody as y'all was coming in. I was like, let me look at everybody. Like, that's what I was in. I was like, how y'all doing? How y'all doing? Like, you know what I mean? Got to get the nerves out. So I speak to everybody. So we friends already. So, but let's keep going. I was in the parking lot, like, doing the Soul Train line, waiting for y'all. But let's focus. We only have a few minutes. That poem I just did is called What Shall I Tell My Children Who Are Black? It's by Dr. Margaret Burroughs. And I did that poem because I learned it when I was their age, well, they're older now, 14 years old. My mama said I learned it overnight. I can't do that no more. But I did that because at Get Lit, we have what we call a classical response model that Diane Luby Lane started. And the classic and response is the children, students, young people, choose a classic poem, and they don't know why they chose it, but it becomes a part of who they are. And I chose that poem when I was 14, and it's been a part of who I am. So I'm considering that my classic poem, and it's been a part of who I am my whole life. And these poems that you're going to listen to next are going to be my response to that. Yay. Oh. Thank you. And I don't have my glasses on, so I can't see, but I'm staring at you and I'm making you think I can look at you. Don't it look like I'm giving you eye contact? But I'm not. I see you, girl, the gray hair, that's all I see. But let's focus, everybody. I'm going to be doing a collection of poems that I wrote when I was going through a dark period of life. And it's my first time sharing them in this way. And some of them I haven't shared before. And my boyfriend, hey, boo, how you doing? He pointed out to me that I always say dark times, but specifically, it was suicidal times. Depression. I've never said that out loud, but I can't see y'all, so it don't count. So the poems I'm going to recite to you are things that was given to me from what I believe is spirit, gave them to me to heal me, and I'm sharing them here in this time, and this is a little introduction before I get into it. Y'all see my little book? It's my little crutch, just in case. I became tired of allowing the darkness to eat away at my soul, feasting at my spirit and taking up refuge in my being. I became tired of fantasizing about no longer being here, so I wrote. I wrote until I saw the light. I wrote until I saw God. I wrote until I saw myself. Thank you. This first poem is called I Suffer Quietly, and it kind of speaks for itself. It speaks for itself. Oftentimes we think, okay, baby, not dark times. I always say dark times. He's like, say what it is. I'm like, okay. Oftentimes we think suicidalness, depression. We think it looks like someone hiding and they're in a hoodie and all of that stuff. But it could look like somebody traveling the world and living their best life, which is me. I was in Africa writing this, crying and looking at the sun. Oh my God, I don't want to be here with this sun. It's so beautiful. But you just keep showing up. It don't look like what you think it looks like. And I'm going to give you just a little example of that. I suffer quietly, with a smile on my face, with a dance in my hips, with a joke to make you laugh, with an encouraging word to uplift you out of your funk. I suffer quietly. While muting my voice, not standing in my truth, hiding from my dreams, dancing to a song that wasn't even my tune. Sitting my talents on the shelf of disappointment, doubts, and worries, I suffer quietly. I cry. I ache. I bleed. I yearn. All while showing a good face, while traveling the world, while riding camels in the Sahara, laying on the white sands of Seychelles, saying thank you to our ancestors that paved the way in Ghana, witnessing our collective greatness while viewing the Sphinx in Egypt. I suffer quietly. I cry. I ache. I bleed. I yearn. I swallow my pain when dealing with family drama, while not dealing with the present, while falling down and barely getting back up again, while saying yes and writing the vision and making it plain. I suffer quietly. While swallowing my anxiety, my I'm not good enough, my doubts, my worries, gulping down my fears, fantasizing about no longer being here to deal with the overpouring of emotions, the hurt, the disappointment, the deep-rooted whys, hows, and how the hell did I get here? I suffer quietly. I cry. I ache. I bleed. I yearn. With a smile on my face. With a dance in my hips. With a joke to make you laugh. With an encouraging word to uplift you out of your funk, I suffer quietly. I suffer. But I just do it quietly. Listen, telling your business in front of a whole bunch of people. I'm glad I ain't got my glasses on. I feel like I need to be talking to my therapist, but let's focus, everybody. We have more to get through. Literally, that's what it looks like sometimes. Like, I'm literally in Seychelles. I don't even know how to say it, but I was there. It's off the coast of Africa, living my best life. And it can look like that. But even when it looks like that, there's always something inside of you that's wishing the best for you. It's rooting for you when you don't even know that it's rooting for you. It's this soft little song that even when you can't continue, it's continuing for you. And when I say suicidal, I mean legit. I would be at the club and thinking, dang, I hope tonight is the last night. Man, how can I know? And God would literally, there are things that I've done that didn't happen. Won't he do it? Won't he will? And this is called A Beautiful Song. It just reminds you that there is always that thing in you that's like, you go get him, girl. I don't know what yours sound like, but that's what mine sound like. Go, girl, you got it. In my heart, there is this beautiful song that beats for the possibilities. It beats for the dreams that I've buried deep in my soul that I've hidden from myself. It beats when I've forgotten how to breathe, when to breathe, and why to breathe. In my heart, there is this beautiful song that beats a melodic rhythm. It beats when I knows, because it knows who I truly am. When I've forgotten my worth, forgotten my way, forgotten whose I am. In my heart, this song sings. It sings when I don't know the words. It sings when I've lost my way. It sings when I've temporarily forgotten who the hell I am. In my heart, there is this beautiful song. It's a song of truth, the song of hope, the song of surrender, the song of honesty, the song of I am. It sings loudly. It sings boldly. It sings when I have no voice. It sings when I'm weak. So don't worry. Don't fret. Because when you have forgotten, the song remembers. The soul remembers. And your soul knows. It continues to sing for you today, tomorrow, and forever. Thank you. I forgot to give you a trigger warning. We was gonna start off a little dark, but we gonna get to some light. You know what I mean? We ain't gonna stay down there. You feel me? I'm just being honest. You know what I mean? Like, oh my God, Tiffany, I'm gonna walk out of here feeling crazy. We gonna get to the light. All righty. So this actually, I neglected to say that that beautiful song. Similar to Shelbie, we had a private conversation about not claiming the thing that you do. Like, I'm up here doing poetry, and I'm like, I'm not a poet. Really? And so I went to this event, and the lady said, to write down what it is that you wanted to do that you never admitted to yourself. And that song was that piece, a beautiful song, was the first thing that I ever wrote. It was the first time I admitted to myself and never said out loud that I wanted to write. And I got up at 4 in the morning, and that's what was downloaded to me. So yeah. That's my way of awkwardly being like, thank you for the claps. I don't know how to respond, like, ooh, thank you. This next thing that I'm going to share with you guys is, I don't know the age of everybody in here, but I was minding my business on my couch, participating in some extracurricular legal activities. And I got up and walked past the mirror, and I was like, ooh. And I saw myself. I'd never seen myself. I saw my exterior, but I'd never seen me, how I was created, past the labels, past the stuff, past the I'm not good enough. And I saw myself, I was like, girl, is that you? And I'm sharing this. It's called Today I Saw Myself, and my desire is for us all to genuinely see ourselves. Past the labels, past the stuff, past the this, they say we this, that, what I am. Just really see the soul of who we are, how we were created. We're perfect and whole. We're perfect and we're whole, period. Let them use you, Tiff. Okay. Y'all, let me cut it out. Okay. Today, I looked in the mirror. Today, I saw myself. I walked past the mirror, got a glimpse of myself, and doubled back to really see myself. I stood back and looked, really looked, so I could be seen, so I could hear what I was saying. I paused, and immediately I saw myself. I saw the me I've been playing a lifelong, exhausting game of hide and seek with. The me that whispers sweet nothings in my ear from time to time. The me that loves me at all stages. The stages when I'm up, down, confused, uncertain, and fearful. Oh, today, I saw myself. Today, I looked in the mirror and cried at the image looking back at me. I cried at the beauty. I cried for the strength staring back at me, the ability to say yes to the calling of my soul despite the current pain, despite the uncertainty. I cried at the journey. I cried at the knowing that comes from seeing that all is exactly as it should be. I cried for the yumminess of my present and all that is to come. I cry because I have absolutely no idea what tomorrow holds, but I know it's amazing. You know, I was so beautiful I had to look away. I was taking a moment to see myself, see past my insecurities and my imperfections, and I cried because I saw the God in me. The God in me that loves me past the fear, past the doubt, past the I'm not good enough. I cried because I saw past the veil of you are not enough. I cried because I felt the God in me speaking to me and reminding me of who and whose I am. I cried because I really saw myself. And I loved me. I love my journey to healing, my journey to completion, my journey to acceptance, my journey to surrender, my own journey, the journey that was laid out just for me centuries before the current me showed up. I saw myself and I wept for the calling of my soul, the calling to my greater yet to be. Today I saw myself. I saw myself to healing and to wholeness and to completion. Today I saw myself and I loved me. In the words of Ntozake Shange, oh, I loved me fiercely. I can't see, thank you guys, but my 85-year-old auntie is in the second row and all I see is her teeth. I can't, but I'm like, there go auntie, like, there she go. Auntie, nobody else believes in me. Even my mama, she does. Auntie, since I was a baby, has always believed in me. Thank you, auntie. So yes, we've gone on a journey. We've gotten out of the suffering. We've gotten out of there. We've gotten to the song. And now our last piece is something that I wrote after George Floyd was murdered. I watched the video, and I saw the policeman's foot on his neck, and I just knew something was different about this. It was completely different than any of the other killings I'd seen, and I knew something was different. I turned off my phone, told my parents I was going to be unavailable, and I went to the beach. I went to Malibu every day, and I just went within. I had no idea that the world was on fire. People was coming up to me like, "Hi, sister, I hope you're okay." And I'm like, "Girl, I'm fine." I had no idea. But when I came out of my place, I saw this gentleman walking, and I was like, "Yo, I love his walk." It wasn't you, baby, but I knew I channeled you before we ever met. It was before we met. Now his walk would be trash. So I saw his walk, and I was like, "Ooh, I love your walk." And Spirit told me to write down what I felt, and this is what I wrote. And because I started thinking about all the things that I love about our men that are being taken away, and we no longer can appreciate it because they're no longer physically here. So this was my response to that. It's called "I Love Y'all." I love y'all. I mean, I love everything about y'all. I love your walk. I love your talk. I love your smile. I love your smirk. I love your bald heads, your fades, your froze, your fresh to death tapers. I love your bodies. Ooh, baby, do I love your bodies. You got big ones, small ones, short ones, tall ones, athletic ones, dad bods, plump bodies. I love y'all. Y'all come in so many varieties. You got hood ones, educated ones, quirky ones, churchy ones, spiritual ones, artistes, blue collar, white collar. I love y'all. I love your walk. Listen, I could watch y'all walk for days. That slow stroll, that swift sway, hell, I could watch all day. Your compassion, your smell, the way you look at us, hold us, embrace us, the way you lovingly lean into us, the way you listen, the way you push past the shit of the world, the way you never settle, the way you choose to get up day after day despite the pain, despite the uncertainty. I love your tenderness and your strength, your optimism and your vulnerability. Did I mention that I love y'all? I love your breath. You breathe life into us every day. You breathe possibilities. We need that breath. We need those possibilities. We need you. I need y'all to breathe. We need y'all to breathe. The world needs you to breathe. Inhale, exhale, and breathe. Inhale, exhale, and breathe. Breathe in deeper and stronger than ever before. Breathe in change. Breathe out possibilities. Breathe in a revolution that can no longer be ignored, a revolution that is now being televised. Did I mention that I love y'all? Did I mention that we all need y'all? Inhale, exhale, and breathe. Inhale, exhale, breathe. Inhale, exhale, and just breathe. Thank you, guys. I appreciate it. Hey, John. Hey, how you doing? I love y'all. My name is Tiffany, and I'm so grateful to the LAist. I'm grateful to Get Lit, to Diane for saying yes to the calling her soul to do this. I'm grateful to all of you guys. I'm grateful that I looked y'all in y'all eyeballs when y'all was walking up in here. And I'm just grateful for the opportunity to share in such a beautiful way. Auntie, cousin, how you doing, boo? Boo's mama, you know what I'm saying? Hey, girl, let go my girlfriends. Hey, Gregor's friend. Okay, that's it, and I am done. Appreciate you all. Thank you so very much.
Tiffany Snow, make some noise. Nah, no rush. It's all good. Keep it going. Come on. Wow. 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 How are y'all feeling? How are y'all feeling? Yeah, your hands all relaxed now, I bet, huh? Y'all sound good clapping too. Nice, nice. I like that. We got a special, before the evening is not over. We want to, really bring this and ground it in some more offering of information and as well just a parting gift for you all. So, for those who might have forgot, my name is Tru. Don't forget that. It's just 3 words. You can remember that. See me around. Mo, I'm going to invite Mo, an incredible poet, and also just one of my previous teachers at Get Lit. So, big sis.
First of all, I was never his teacher. I wish. Shout out to all of you. Thank you so much for joining us here tonight. It's been such a pleasure. Tiff, you're incredible. I love how testimonies get used because a lot of your students are in the audience tonight, and I feel like they needed to hear that you're human. Sometimes students can put their teachers and role models on a pedestal, and I feel like you humanized yourself in a very beautiful way. So thank you for that vulnerability. Speaking of teachers getting placed on pedestals, shout out to Ms. Burkhart, who brought her team from the Classic Slam here tonight. Dottie has been with Get Lit since the beginning of the Classic Slam. She's a teacher at Mark Keppel. She's been with us since 2012. I was like, wasn't that Sam's teacher? Sam just shouted you out in an interview last weekend. You're so loved. For those of you who don't know if this is your first event with Get Lit, we are a family organization. I'm Monique Mitchell. I'm the director of communications here at Get Lit. And guess what? I know you're so surprised to hear I was a Get Lit poet when I was in high school. Shout out to Diane Luby Lane, our founder. She really knows how to keep it in the family. One of the poets that you heard tonight was my brother. Shout out to all of the incredible poets. I mean, I have never heard a film broken down like Little Miss Sunshine, like bringing in the philosophy. You're my hero. Shout out to the quirky ones. Tiff was talking about some are quirky, some are churchy. Get you a girl that can do both. So I'm here to talk to you a little bit about the Classic Slam that Tru mentioned earlier. It's coming up May 1st and May 3rd. It is, in fact, the largest youth classic poetry slam in the world. You'll hear young poets like you heard tonight doing classic in response spoken word poetry. At Get Lit, we don't call it a classic because it's old. We call it a classic because it's good. So one of my favorite classic poets just so happens to be my soulmate. You might have heard of him, Tupac Shakur. With the nose ring, that's my man. He has a poem called The Rose That Grew from Concrete. My brother's disgusted. Deal with it. So you'll hear some amazing poems. They'll be spit in Walt Whitman, Kendrick Lamar, Tupac Shakur. It's such a great time. I highly encourage you to come out to join our community, join our family, be part of this vibe. If you want to volunteer, come see me after. I'll take your email and I'll connect you with Layla. Also, I just have to give a special shout out to the LAist. We have hosted the Prose Bowl with the LAist. And it has been such an amazing experience. We get to meet new people. We get to bring in our old friends and family. We're just so grateful for the opportunity. Rebecca, you have been incredible. We love you so much, and we're looking forward to this relationship evolving over time. Thank you all for coming out on a Friday night. You could have been anywhere, but you're here with us. You got blessed by these poets, and I look forward to being in touch with you soon. Before we go, does anyone have any questions for any of the poets? Do you have any questions about Get Lit? Do you have any questions about how you can start your poetry journey? This is your chance. If not, I think we can all just dance. We have this amazing DJ. Shall we dance? DJ, give us some music, please. Thanks, everyone.